Had to give me a little standing ovation because guess who made it back on channel? Why am I looking at a commercial right now? I can't do nothing about it. Yeah, commercial pop right on. But listen, I had to give myself a not a standing ovation because I'm sitting down, but I had to give myself a round of applause. Because guess who's here on a fantastic Friday? It's Green Eye Sparkle, baby, the show with her Friday smash up. I wasn't sure if I was coming on or not. Listen, don't have earrings on, don't even have any makeup on. I just put some lipstick on. And I said, you know what? I don't have time for that. Let me get on and say hello to my sparklers. For those of you who missed out yesterday, I am here with a recap of my show. And as always, my returning sparklers, y'all come on in, show me some love for my returning sparklers, for my new sparklers. Welcome to Green Eye Sparkle, baby, the show. I'm a little far away from my camera. I was gonna try to type in, welcome sparklers, but it'll look kind of funny being trying to get all up in the screen. But y'all are so welcome, and I'm so happy to have all of my sparklers here. Yes, today is the Friday smash up. I really wasn't planning to do my Friday smash up, and I said, you know what? My sparklers need to see me. I love when I did my Friday smash ups a couple of weeks ago, and I said I had to get back on today because I love my smash ups on Friday. Shout out, thank you for my sparkler who just came on in. Thank you. You can, if you want a shout out of your name, you can put your name in the chat, and I will shout you out. So let's just get into it. Yesterday, and by the way, yes, before I get into yesterday, y'all see my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, okay? Yes, we have a game tomorrow, so I had to rep my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I left Green Eye Sparkle sitting on the sideline right here because I wanted to rep my team, seeing we got a great game against Buffalo tomorrow. Tampa Bay will be playing Buffalo. Moving right along. So yesterday I promised my sparklers I would show you my journal. So this journal was a gift from a good friend of mine. Her name is Keisha, and I was totally out of pages out of my Let's Just Do It journal. So I had to go to my dream chaser because at the end of the day, I'm a believer in chasing dreams. I'm a believer in knowing where you are at the point of your life where you say, hey, if not me, then who? Who better than me? So I strive to say this: believe in your dreams and believe in yourself. Write it down. Make it hard, confirmed dreams that when you write it down, I'm telling you, it's something about writing down and manifesting. When you write down your dreams and your goals and you affirm them, they come to fruition. I'm a true believer in that. So yes, I got my journal, my sparklers, and I want to say thank you to Keisha, who knows that I talk about journaling on my show, and she got me a journal. That was awesome. Thank you, thank you. Now, yesterday on the show, we talked about a few things. I want to go back to the trending topics. Yesterday, oh gosh, there was so many trending topics on. We talked about the Cleveland Browns and Shador. And what was interesting about when I had that conversation about Cleveland Browns and Shador, the Shade Room posted, there was a gentleman that's an NFL Hall of Famer. I don't remember his name, who discussed that, ooh, I almost feel like it was a little scandal. From what I saw allegedly from the Shade Room, this gentleman said that the NFL plotted to make Shador an example and told everybody, don't select him, don't draft him. But the Cleveland Browns didn't listen, and they drafted him as the 144th pick. And good for them for standing 10 toes down on their belief system, because I'm a believer in this. Um, those teams that were followers and not wanting to pick him because of who his dad was, and then saying, make an example for what? that is a young man who is striving for greatness and wants to be a part of a team like everybody else. He's talented. He knows he has to put in the work. But I thought it was kind of mean. Am I wrong for my feelings, sparklers? I thought it's kind of mean for, if this is true, because allegedly now this came out of the shade room, that these teams plotted not to pick him. It is a confirmed little rumor, that's going around, that they all decided they were going to join together in uniformity and not pick him. How cruel and mean is that? I just don't believe in that. Hello, hello, Rise Media Work. They were trying to silence the legacy. They know where he comes from. Well, thank you. I appreciate your feedback. And yes, you missed me yesterday and you're on today. Awesome. Thank you for joining my smash up. Because it was very, yesterday it was an engaging conversation around, what was happening with Shador. Oh, hi, Michael. Shout out to Michael. My sparklers, Michael is a cast member in a movie I'm directing. I suck at dating. And he has joined the chat today. Thank you, Michael, for joining the chat. Glad to have you here. All right now. So I've got a familiar person in the chat. That's awesome. So as I was saying, we were having great conversations yesterday about Shador and the Cleveland Browns. One of the comments said, well, it's all about timing. I get that it's all about timing, sparklers, but what I don't get is the fact that they literally plotted against not drafting him. That was crazy. But it's one thing I know. What God has for you is for you. He will make your enemy your footstool. So just when they thought that the whole NFL was going to be a uniformity of blocking Shador, one team said they will stand on business and they are not about foolishness. And I love it. So shout out to Cleveland Browns. It's unfortunate about the behavior. NFL, let's do better. Because if these things are true that I'm gathering and collecting, just from, watching the different social media things that are streaming right now. If that is the case, NFL, I need you all to do better, because I love the NFL. I love football. That's just something I enjoy. I love a great game. I love good seats at the Tampa Bay Stadium. I love my clubhouse. So for my clubhouse fans and folks, like if y'all got no season tickets and y'all feel generous and y'all don't want to see a game, all right, that's all I'm going to say. Say less. Moving right along. So also yesterday in our conversation, we talked about the preseason kickoff. But last night I watched the New York Giants. Yes, I did. They played the Patriots. And did they play them or did they get the beat down? The Patriots got the beat. Let me be real. The Patriots got that beat down yesterday, sparklers. I watched, boy, I said, well, okay, Jameis threw that shot. When he threw that, you know what? Jameis Winston's got an awesome arm. When he threw that ball all the way down, and that young man caught that ball in midstream as he was headed to the end zone, that was a picture Polaroid camera moment. I live for it. I'm not a New York Giants fan, but I love me some Jameis Winston. To watch this young man come from college football, FSU days, he fumbled, he stumbled, he made some mistakes, but guess what? He got himself up, brushed himself off, and went on over there to Tampa Bay. He was young. He was the franchise quarterback. He had a lot of pressure. But this young man, he has that stick-to-itiveness. That's what I want to call it. It's probably not even a word, but that's what I'm going to call it. And he showed up and showed out. Now, yeah, he was throwing some crazy interceptions. They said he needed to get his vision checked. But he brushed himself off, and he's moved from different teams, but he hasn't given up on his dream. He's a great football player. Something just got in my eye, my sparklers. Ooh, goodness. This is live. This is not edited. So what y'all see is what y'all get. Now, if something get in my eye and I have to blink, I just had to blink, my sparklers. Is that all right with y'all? All right now. It's going to be a word today, okay? Come on. Thank you for that, my sparkler that just joined me in the chat. So Jameis Winston, as I was saying, is with the New York Giants. They have Russell. Russell Williams is with the Giants now. They got I think 4 quarterbacks. But it was good to see. Everybody loved the Patriots. But I'm gonna tell you something. The New York Giants showed up and showed out last night. Hats off to the New York Giants, because the New York Giants, y'all did that last night. I have to give the New York Giants the credit. I give credit where credit is due. I'm not a hater, even though I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Okay, I love my team. And moving right along, moving right along. So as I was saying, the preseason is wrapping up. It's wrapping up this weekend. I mean, we started last night. We got the weekend football. Then the real season will begin. And I'm here for all of it. Okay. Now, my sparklers, as I do my recap from last night, did anybody else, or is it just me? Did you all see the news about a Lil Nas X? It was, I didn't know if it was real. I didn't know if it was fake, but the young man, the young rapper, was walking down the street with cowboy boots on and white underwear. Is it just me? Or, I mean, was that real or fake? My heart goes out if it was real, because, sometimes when people behave like that, they are reaching out for help. And so my concern is, first of all, what's the entourage? When they say it's in these moments where there's never a group around them, but when it's showtime of performing, everybody wants to be all in the video. They want to be all in the show. But this young man was by himself walking down the street. That's concerning. He had on underwear and cowboy boots. I was like, OMG. So where are his friends? All I'm just saying is, if he was on under the influence, I just pray and hope that he gets help, because there's a better way to handle things versus inflicting yourself with things that are endangerment to your body. So that was yesterday, and I happened to see that on social media, and that was trending. Another thing that was trending also yesterday, allegedly too, because like I said, this is on social media, so I'm just reporting what's trending right now. So what was interesting also yesterday, they mentioned oh yeah, thank you, Sparkler. One of my sparklers said he hasn't seen it yet. But yeah, I saw it yesterday. They kept it in rotation. Tamar Braxton. Now, I'm once again, I hope this wasn't true either, because I was just blown away at what I was seeing on the reports on social media. She lost 4 teeth. My understanding is she woke up in a pool of blood, had missing teeth. She went out partying. And the next morning, she woke up out of her right mind. I mean, she was in her right mind, I guess, when she woke up, because her mouth was in pain. She was missing 4 teeth, allegedly. I'm still waiting to see more reports come out on that, because I happened to see that as well before I hopped on live yesterday. So as I keep sharing, these things are all allegedly. Sometimes on social media they report fake news. So if my sparklers, if any of you have anything different than what I reported, please, share and let me know. I don't like reporting things that are not true. So, hey, if it's not true, y'all let me know. Moving right along, moving right along. Now, I also mentioned real briefly, because I was over time yesterday. I had such a great time yesterday, my sparklers, that I was like 4 minutes over. But yesterday also I talked about, actors and auditioning for movies, as I just shared at the beginning of my show. I am a movie director. I'm an actress. I'm a movie director. I think it's important. I just want to know all sides of the industry. And so I'm directing a movie right now. And one of the takeaways I want to share is the fact about auditioning, whether it's self-tape or in person. There is a protocol. There is a protocol to how you look when you show up for an audition. And so I just wanted, to give some acting little nuggets, because last week I talked about when you go on an audition, you never know what that director or that team, that panel is going to ask of you. But always be prepared with 2 monologues. You want to make sure, my sparklers, that you have a comedic monologue and a dramatic monologue. Something that's easy for, something that you can ingrain and memorize. because you can be asked at the drop of a hat to do a monologue. So last week I did a monologue off the top of my head that I knew, and so I say that to say this. Yes, it's important to know a monologue. Yes, it's important, to have, be able to think quickly on your, on your feet, because, they're looking at all angles of who you are. But what is also more important, with that as well, how are you dressed? What do you have on? Uh, are you going to an audition, or are you trying to show up and go to like a Grammys show? What are you going that what are your intentions when you show up at an audition? Cuz let me tell you something, my sparklers. This is just from my little learning corner, just dropping some nuggets. A director is not impressed with you coming in not prepared for the role that you are auditioning for. You better say it. Come on now, Michael. A bonnet and fuzzy slippers. It's one thing if you are trying to reenact a character. It's another if you show up like you dressed to go on to the red carpet. Your face is packed with makeup. A director wants to see who you are as a person. They don't want to see a face made up so heavily you could take a butter knife and just scrape the makeup off. You want a natural, appealing look. They want to see they want to get to know who you are. And a great way to get to know who you are is coming in with a natural look. Like today, I don't have on any makeup. All I put on was lipstick. Um, so, when you go on set, when or auditioning either at home or in person, when you go to do audition, you do not dress like you're going to a red carpet event. They want natural look, because typically when you do an audition, you want to do like just a mid shot range, see your face, nothing. They're not looking at the whole body unless they ask to see a full body shot of you. All that is a quick 5-second B-roll. But if you are going in front of a director, they want to see your face. They want to see the qualities because directors are looking for different things that we don't know what they're looking for. So I just give these, the tips and advice. All the jumbo distracting earrings all piled up on your ears. That's not impressive on an interview. Nice little hoops, or just a little nice pair of hoops or something is fine. But don't go in overly dressed to the point like it's a distraction. You want to have that look where they can say, "Hey, I can." Yep, that. Thank you for that one too, my sparkler. That was Michael chiming in again, and I thank you for that because that's true too. They want to see where you fit in their movie. They want to see where you fit in their commercial. They want to see where you fit in a still shot photo. Hey, you never know whatever it is that you're auditioning for, they want to see how you fit. So they need to see your face. So that was just a takeaway. And, that was for the ladies, but I got to get on the guys too. Don't think y'all off the hook. Now, gentlemen, that are especially actors, I mean, it's one thing to wear saggy pants showing your behind when you are with your friends, if that's what you choose to do. But don't go in on an audition with your pants sagging below your bottom. I'm using nice terms, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't droop your pants. And what gets me, my sparklers, have the nerve to have a belt on and your pants are below your bottom. That is so inappropriate. You want to come with the full package of you are ready to report on set, camera rolling, action. So you want to look distinguished as well. Groom yourself, trim up that beard, have a nice look. If you wear a beard, trim it up. You know what I'm saying? If make sure you wash your face. Don't go in there with that sleepy face. Make sure you are on for your audition. Make sure you are on. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on. Stay ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So I just want to share these nuggets today with my sparklers, about the learning corner, about when you're going on an audition. You go on an audition, you want to show out, and you show up and show out. You want to bring your best self. And your best self is, just keeping it natural, keeping it just simple. They are not looking at the flashiness of what you're wearing. They're looking at the intentionality around the words coming out of your mouth and your face. Ah, yes. What would Denzel Washington do? You wouldn't see Denzel Washington wearing those saggy pants below his bottom going to an audition. No. And by the way, if you are doing a self tape, make sure you have good lighting. And one of the tidbits I want to share is do not have shadows in your self tape audition. If you see that you're doing a self tape audition and you got a big old shadow of your head in the background, adjust your lighting, adjust maybe your location and where you're sitting so that you don't have a shadow plus you. It's almost like two people on the self tape audition. That's all my time today, my sparklers. I hope you liked the recap. It was brief, but I had a lot of fun. And listen, there never has been, there never will be another person like, and I'm going to say me. And you point at yourself and you say me. And on that note, I will be back next week with episode 31 of Green Eye Sparkle Baby, the show. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share. And yes, I'm getting ready to do my dance break. Now listen, my sparklers, y'all know what I do on Fridays. I have done my smash up. Now it's time for me to do my dance break. Y'all gonna see me back in a minute, but I'm gonna be dancing. Okay? Bye.